Hi everybody! Today another easy ketogenic recipe of cookies. In this period we have many guests, many people come visiting us, so we want always something ketogenic but very good to eat. These cookies are a classic in Italy, and they are called brutti ma buoni, that means ugly but yummy. And they are so easy to prepare, it's incredible. You should use just two main ingredients. These ones I will show you. My favorite ingredient, egg and hazelnut. Then you can decide if you want to put sweetener or you don't want to use it. We will prepare them without sweetener, but please taste it before baking them, because maybe it's too much for you. We've been on keto more than 5 years, so we are used to very little sweet. These are amazing anyway. You already know the ingredients, but you don't know that you will need just 150 grams of peeled and toasted hazelnuts and 2 egg whites. Here is the moment to tell you that if you offer these cookies to people that are not on keto diet, it's really better to put some sweetener. As you know, we always go for a walk after the video. Today the weather is not that good, so I will show you my cooking books. They are all low-carb, high-fat books, and I hope you will like them because they are a big inspiration for me and for my recipes. Apart from the books, I will show you also how to find ketogenic recipes in magazines. They come out every month, so it's a really good way to find seasonal dishes to cook, and they are also beautifully presented. Let's start by separating the eggs whites from the yolks. This is because in this recipe we will need just the whites. When I have extra yolks, I usually prepare zabaione. That is a very simple Italian dessert, prepared just with sweetener and yolks. I will put you the recipe up here, down below, and at the end of this video because it's really delicious. But now let's go back to our cookies. I've just noticed that, as usual, my tablecloth got dirty. Here is a little bit of egg white, I guess. But don't worry, in the kitchen is like that. You must go on with your job. And with the hazelnuts, we will do an even bigger disaster. So just enjoy what you are doing and put passion in everything you cook. This is the hazelnuts brand that I found in Stockholm. They don't pay me, but their hazelnuts are really top quality. When you prepare a dish with just a couple of ingredients, the quality of those few ingredients is really important to get a good result. Another important factor is what you do and how you work with those ingredients. Talking about hazelnuts, is really important not to warm them. So, to chop them, you have two possibilities. Number one, you can use your blender, turning it on and off many times in order not to reach a higher temperature. Number two, as I choose to do, the classic way, by hand, using a mortar. You are right, some pieces will fly all around, but this is so much fun, especially if your kids are helping you in the kitchen. Now that our hazelnuts are chopped, it's time to mix them with the 2 egg whites firmly whipped using a mixer. I have a very simple and cheap hand mixer, but it works perfectly fine. Now that our hazelnuts are chopped, it's time to mix them with the 2 egg whites firmly whipped using a mixer. I have a very simple and cheap hand mixer, but it works perfectly fine. Today I'm following the classic recipe of brutti ma buoni that requires 15 minutes cooking at very low heat in order to dry the humidity and to make our cookies perfectly crunchy. But I wonder if I can skip this step. On my Instagram page, when a few days ago I posted this exact recipe, one of my followers asked me if it was possible to skip cooking the mix in the pan and go directly to baking the cookies. I will definitely try because I like fast recipes, and I will let you know on my Instagram. This is how our mix looks after 15 minutes, so it's time to shape the cookies using a simple tablespoon. When you line them up on a parchment paper, you won't need to leave space between the brutti ma buoni, because these Italian biscuits will not grow during the baking. They will only stick together, becoming one single piece, instead of little groups of chopped hazelnuts. In this way, it will be easy to eat them by hands, like normal cookies. Now, into your preheated oven at 150 degrees Celsius, that are approximately 300 degrees Fahrenheit, for only 15 minutes, and you will have amazing ketogenic cookies to enjoy with a cup of tea, or as I like, with a good espresso coffee. Today we'll have very young guests, so the presentation must be colorful and fun, but the most important thing is to put an exact number of brutti ma buoni cookies on every plate. Food should be enjoyable. We are supposed to love what we eat, so the presentation of our homemade low-carb, high-fat dishes is truly important. Remember that all nuts, including hazelnuts, contain a lot of good fat but also carbohydrates, so be careful and don't overeat them. And here they are, but I want to show you also how, after baking, they became perfectly crunchy. I really hope you like today's recipe, and if you want to make me a Christmas present, please subscribe to my channel. See you here with a video in English every Monday, but also with the same video in Spanish on Wednesday and in Italian on Friday. See you soon! As I promised, here are some of my beloved cooking books. The first one is titled Learn to Live Sugar-Free, and it's in Swedish because, as you probably know, this is the most ketogenic country in the world. I'm really lucky. This green book has been probably the biggest success here in Sweden. So these two amazing women also wrote a blue book about fish and veggies. Here you can find a lot of inspiration. As you probably understood, I love cooking books and I have even more magazines. So I will do more books in another video, at the end of another video, because they are too many, and probably in another one I will talk to you about magazine, because this is getting too long. I'm sorry. I hope You will like knowing that there are many possibilities, many dishes that you can cook and enjoy. But before finishing, I would like to tell you a little bit more of our happy ending story. On December 2014, my daughter got the permission to follow a ketogenic diet from the team that was following her at the pediatric hospital here in Stockholm. So she got also a ketogenic meal at school. When the chef called me to know how to cook for her, I gave him as a present this book because it has many easy recipes and they are really yummy and child friendly. Every page of this book is divided in 3 pieces, so it's very easy to make an entire menu. On the top part, you can find the starters. In the middle part, you can find the main dishes like fish, meat, or the famous Swedish meatballs, but prepared always low carb, high fat, without any bread. And at the end of this page, you will find the snacks and the dessert. This is a really clever and useful book.